You ever wonder what your favorite characters would be if they were in the Lantern Corps? We're going to find out after our Express shenanigans. We are in for another madhouse of hell in a absolute crossover madness brought to you by the man of shenanigans, Tony. You want to explain some of the rules you've dragged me and Will into willingly and
What
more on?
rules? All right, so what we're doing today is we're taking the much beloved Lantern Corps, all of them, and Brent is gonna have anime. I'm gonna have DC, and William is going to have Marvel. And what we're doing is we're gonna take a hero or villain from our respective wheelhouses, and we're gonna place them in their respective Lantern Corps, which we think they feel they would fit the most. And I'm already expecting shenanigans from Black Adam down at the bottom. I'm expecting it from him. I already know Brent's up to no good because he's gonna do anime, knowing I don't know nothing about anime, so I can't argue with him at all. And in me, normal. So that's pretty much here. So we're not doing any god tiers, so you can forget, you know, specters and that level. But we're gonna try to stick to low to mid tier heroes and villains. And I think that's all. I think we understand the parameters.
Mm.
Yeah, let's swing it.
And he has definitely made this a. I mean, there's a lot of lanterns. Do you want to just list off the Green Lantern, maybe their oath, maybe one of their main characters or something,
All right.
and then we
So
will
let's
start naming who we think
all right. So
belongs.
we'll start with the Green Lanterns. So, and their base is willpower. So every Lantern Corps has that base where they feed off of, and the Green Lanterns is willpower. And so their oath is in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worships evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. And then a whole bunch of lava come on. Oh no, that was the movie. Never mind. If you haven't seen Justice League Dark, you gotta go
Stop
watch
it.
it. Shenanigans.
We're off the rail already.
So they have an entity called Ion, and it was prominent in Blackest Night. And in fact, Kyle Rayner became Ion. They have a lot of prominent members, a lot of them who have left and gone on to other ones. I think the most well known is Hal Jordan. The best though is John Stewart. I just had to put that in there. So, with that being said, we'll start with Brent. Who, yes, shenanigans. Who do you think fits the Green Lantern Corps?
As far as the Green Lantern Corps and Willpower, two characters readily jump to mind, and it's super easy as far as shonen for
We just want
Willpower
one.
because they just got characters. Naruto and then Asta from Black Clover. Both of them Willpower personified.
We just want one. You're not making your own core, fool. You're adding to it, so you just get one.
You said give us two, and then
I
I
said
said
one.
two.
I said one. I said we all
Then
gonna
we're
do
gonna go with my
one.
boy Naruto. He's a Willpower. He had to overcome everything to become Hokage. Believe it.
All right, so we got Naruto, which I have never seen, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Will, what you got? Let me hear what you got
I
with the Green
haven't watched
Lanterns.
it either, so
He
Yes.
sits
don't
on
know,
throwing them
man.
lies down there.
My head leans towards freaking Tanjiro and freaking stuff like that.
You're
As far
not doing that. You're doing Marvel.
as
Stick to yours.
Marvel,
See,
I'm
you
gonna
wouldn't have said you
go.
wouldn't do that.
I said I was gonna do whatever I want. So
We knew this.
honestly, this one was really difficult. I'm gonna lean toward Spider-Man, Miles Morales specifically.
I can see that.
Now, and the reason for that being is he's got such a creative imagination, so the creation of his constructs will be really fun and freaking over the top. Especially everything he does with his graffiti and stuff like that. The character of Spider-Man personified is always freaking looking out for the little guy and overcoming as much as possible. Like Peter Parker would fit freaking well. I just went with Miles Morales just because I feel like he's got a little bit more creativity for that particular aspect that I know of
Okay.
with the Green Lanterns. So that's my pick.
I can see that. So I'm gonna take mine. I'm gonna pull out from left field that nobody, not even YouTube, would have expected this. And I'm gonna say Zatanna. And I'm gonna say this for a specific reason. I saw a battle of between her and Scarlet Witch on another YouTube channel. And I knew Zatanna was powerful and I knew she had a strong will, but I didn't know that she could actually take out Scarlet Witch because of her willpower and what she could do with it. A lot of us know that she speaks her spells backwards, but she doesn't have to speak her spells at all. She just does that. And it's shown by when she doesn't speak her spells that she is the backbone when she joined the Justice League because of her willpower. And I can see her in that role as a Green Lantern. So I thought I would just put her out there because nobody expects that.
Very
Well,
well.
Tony. No one told you to be in left field, but there you are.
I'm a dude. You look, I went in the dugout. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's
All
gonna
right.
be what I mean. I expect left field because a lot of these characters, I can place several characters in different places,
Mhm.
but like certain characters I didn't place in green because I may have placed them somewhere else. So this is gonna be kind of funny either way around, but I expect left field no matter what we do.
Moving on to the Red Lantern Corps.
This is by far my favorite Lantern Corps just because. All right, and their oath goes with blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, will burn you all. This is your fate. Now, that right there is bone chilling in itself, but they are pure rage. Their entity is called the Butcher. He kind of resembles a bull that, the matadors fight in Spain. Um, their current leader is Atrocitus. I believe he's also their most prominent. But you've had others like Guy Gardner, Supergirl. Mara in Blackest Night was actually a Red Lantern. Now, I need y'all to take into account that when you join the Red Lantern Corps, your heart starts beating and the ring becomes your life. So just remember that when you put your people in the Red Lanterns, you're literally burning blood. So, Brent, what you got from?
For anime, this one was super easy, and this is an anime character even you know, Tony.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna go with Broly.
Yes.
As far as rage goes, come on, man.
I can't even argue that even a little bit.
Right.
Especially
But
if
then
they
fixed it.
Yeah. It doesn't
But
matter. He's still angry as hell.
He's angry as hell. He's strong as hell. You give him a Red Lantern ring. There's gonna be a lot of people like wishing they weren't dealing with that.
All right, Will, who you got in red and it cannot be Hulk?
Yeah. All right. It cannot be Hulk.
Hey, look, it's Abomination. What?
Stop it, Brent.
I would go. No, I'd probably go Carnage.
Ooh, that is nasty. That's a nasty combo.
Carnage has no problem freaking murdering the hell out of people. Freaking, he can constantly change. So he's burning blood literally and stuff like that. Well, Carnage has the ability to, get new hosts and stuff like that and recreate. So he can survive anything. He's adaptable as fuck. So I think Carnage would fit that role if absolutely necessary. Since Hulk would be banned, apparently.
I knew what you was gonna do.
I mean, because that's the most obvious choice. Like,
it's the most obvious choice, so you can't really take the obvious. We don't want the obvious.
But you see, I was prepared to a degree, so
you got to be prepared. So, let's go with mine, and I think mine is he should be at the forefront of your mind when we say rage, and I'm going with Damian Wayne as Robin.
Yeah.
He always
he's mad at everybody.
He is mad at everybody for no reason except Raven. He's never mad at Raven. But I think just knowing the character of Damian Wayne and watching him grow, that anger was his basis for a long time. And I think him in the Red Lantern Corps is self-explanatory.
Moving on to the Yellow Lanterns.
Hey, that almost blends in. Woo!
Really does.
All right, so Yellow is fear-based. And their oath goes In blackest day, in brightest night, beware your fears made into light. Let those who try to stop what's right burn like my power, Sinestro's might. Now, we got to take into account that while all the other cores go Green Lantern, Red Lanterns, this is the Sinestro core because this is his core. They gave him this ring. He was the first Yellow Lantern, and this is his. Um, we've seen their entity, especially in the Blackest Night, is Parallax. He is the entity of fear. He was actually trapped in the Green Lantern's battery. That's why we haven't seen him for a while. Their most notable member, of course, is Sinestro, but it was also Anti-Monitor, Superboy Prime, Scarecrow, and Blackest Night. I think was the most impressive one out of all of them. So with that being said, Brent, give me an anime. Give me somebody.
As far as anime and fear goes, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper than I normally go because there's a character from Naruto I would like to use. However, I've already used that series, so I'm gonna try and stick out of it for this time. I'm gonna go with Shogo Makishima from Psycho-Pass. He was the antagonist from season 1, and he loved to mess with people psychologically and play with their fears to manipulate everything that was going around, and he did a damn good job. Also, if you haven't watched Psycho-Pass, I don't know where you've been, but go watch it. Even you would like it, Tony. Even you would like it.
Look, I'm still fighting with jujitsu, so
one day you'll call it jujitsu, and we'll all be so proud.
say,
oh,
shut up. All right, Will, give me your Marvel character that fits into this Sinestro core. Oh, I know. I know.
I had freaking. I'm not fully solid and stuff on my choice stuff, but I had a couple picks stuff. So my top 3 running in here and stuff like that.
If you got 3, we just need one of those 3. Why are you doing this?
I'm debating. Like, all right, I'm gonna go Punisher. That, and the reason I chose Punisher and stuff like that is Punisher's just a man. He's a Marine. He's a badass. When people see him coming, they freak the hell out. A lot of the times with Punisher, and I can go up from here, but again, I'm winging this off the cuff. Ghost Rider is on my list. Freaking to instill fear, and Scarlet Witch can manipulate people to experience it. So it's really weird. So that's why Yellow is hard for me, and I got to do more deep dive. Again, I wasn't prepared for none of this because I don't like to listen. I just wanted to wing it off the cuff. So here I am.
We know this. We know this as a group. All right. So with my pick, I want to say mine, but first, let me get you to hit that subscribe button so you get notified on all of our upcoming videos that we do, shenanigans, especially with unpreparedness that Will is. So with mine, I'm going to do it because I can. This is my list. For mine, we already know who it is.
And it can't be Batman.
You said I already said it. Too bad. I already said it before you said it. I don't care.
It can't be Batman. Freaking you.
I don't care. I don't care.
You know,
it is
that most obvious choice.
So, no, Scarecrow is the most obvious choice, but he was already one, and Batman was one too, but he rejected the ring. Let's not forget that. That's how strong his willpower is. Batman can be any of them, but for this one, Batman is going to be the Yellow Lantern of Fear. I don't care. Next, shenanigans.
We have the Orange Lanterns.
All right, Orange Lanterns. But let's just premise this with saying there can only be one Orange Lantern at a time because they are based in greed, and so if there's more than one, they're going to kill each other because they want it all. Their oath was mine is mine and mine is mine and mine is mine and mine, not yours. That is the oath. That is all it is.
Really?
That's it. I'm dead serious. That's it.
That's some lazy writing, but that'll pass.
I love it.
It's lazy, but it fits the core. Now, what I can say is, their entity is Ophidian. Their current and only member is Larfreeze. His name is also Agent Orange. Now, I need you to know that the Orange Lanterns are also the strongest of the Lantern Corps. Larfreeze can take on any of the cores by himself and probably win because he creates his own lanterns. He creates the constructs of other lanterns. All the lanterns that were lanterns are now his. He controls them. So let's keep that into account. You can only have one. So some of the notable members were in Blackest Night, it was Lex Luthor, which I think is a perfect casting for Greed. And also Hector Hammond was Orange Lantern for a while. So Brent, with all that being said, give me your greedy anime character.
The anime
Goku.
character that jumped into mind for Greed, I've watched several episodes of this anime, and I'm just starting to navigate how the series goes as a whole.
Krillin.
It's called BNA. It is on Netflix. It's, if you aren't familiar with it, it's an animal style of anime. Maria Tama, she is greedy as hell. She takes all that's hers and then some. This character is greedy as hell, and she personifies greed to the utmost because anytime there's a little bit of cash to be made, she's there for you.
All right. Will, what's your one and only entrance?
Dr. Doom. Is it?
That's fine. I mean, yes, that's. I wasn't going to put a restriction on this one because I had an idea you was going to say Doom because Doom deserves this.
That's the only one. There's no.
So, I think we can all agree. I think this was like, remember I told y'all it's going to be a couple of my characters that y'all agree on that would fit perfectly. And for DC, I think it would be Brainiac.
Yeah,
man.
I think if we know about Brainiac and how he wants everything, that's pretty much him. All right, with that being said, let's move on to Blue, which is Hope. Yes, I have rings for all of them. Suffer. Their oath. This is except look, we're not gonna bring up the new core. Shut up. Their oath. In fearful day, in raging night, with strong hearts full, our souls ignite. When all seems lost in the war of light, look to the stars, for hope burns bright. Their entity is Adara. Their current member and leader is Saint Walker. Also, a little bit about the Blue Lantern Corps. While they are considered the weakest, they do amplify other lanterns. So, especially green, when they're around the Green Lanterns get a power up. It's like going from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 power up. They get a significant boost in power just from being around a Blue Lantern.
Does that allow? Would they be able to do a little bit with against Orange? Will they have a better chance?
Yes. Okay. With the Blue Lanterns around, the green and red, I think, are the two that gets it, but green always gets a boost from blue. In Blackest Night, Barry Allen's Flash became a Blue Lantern because he signifies hope. And also for a short time, believe it or not, Guy Gardner was a Blue Lantern. So Brent,
for as far as hope goes, I'm gonna pull from My Hero Academia, Izuku Midoriya.
I think I know that one.
Beyond hope.
Okay.
I mean, if you've seen the show, you know that it's fairly spot on as it can be. I know he's got a little bit of a dark backstory near the very end, but for the most part, this dude is the personification of hoping beyond hope.
Okay, Will.
Captain America.
He's sitting there too smugly.
He was trying to get it out quick so I wouldn't say no to it. That's what he's trying to do. You ain't slick. Yeah,
He would have just said Captain Carter if you said no to Captain America.
Yeah, pretty much. So I think mine, again, this is going to be another. Yeah, I can see that. I picked Superman since basically he's hope. He gives the world hope, and I think he would fit perfectly in the Blue Lanterns. We agreed on that?
Yeah, we're
agreeing. Let's go to Indigo, which is based on compassion. Let me explain to you that I'm not going to say their oath because it's in alien dialect. I should have sent this to Brent since he's the Star Wars guy. I mean, I can attempt it, but it's going to be hilarious.
I think you should attempt it. I mean, you said all the others. It'd be unfair
I
to
figured
them
you
if
was
you
going to
did
say
not
that because that's how
attempt
you are. All right.
it. You shouldn't have fucked
Just
them up.
remember, have compassion for me right now. Just remember that. Okay. Tori Loxon, Bornak Mur, Nato Fan Tornik, Wat Ter Lantern Curlo Abin Sir, Tan Lek Lek Knock Famaro Sir. That's pretty much all it is. What it means, I don't know. I know it's they talked about Abin Sir. I know that much, but that's about it. So if y'all want to
Uh,
like try to decipher that, that's fine. Their entity is proselyte. Um, the current leader is Indigo One, which I need to tell y'all about them. They don't have names. Everybody is Indigo. It's Indigo 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nobody has a name.
hmm.
So that's pretty much whoever the leader is becomes Indigo One. Some of their notable members in Blackest Night, it was the Atom, Ray Palmer, and also John Stewart was an Indigo Lantern for a brief moment. So, Brent, with all that being said, who from your genre is compassionate enough to be in this Lantern Corps?
There was a show that you are definitely both familiar with that talked a lot about compassion, and that would be the TV show Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yama Yugi was compassionate as hell. He always cared about his friends, protecting them, making sure everything was right by them. And even when people did him wrong, he still made sure to show them some level of compassion. And most of us, when people do us wrong, compassion is not the first word that comes to mind.
Negative.
So, Yugi, compassion.
Okay. Will, give me that Marvel guy or girl or villain or hero.
Simply put, Professor Charles Xavier, one of the most compassionate people there is when it
That
comes
motherfucker,
to
he evil. He ain't compassionate.
hey,
Huh?
but how he's depicted.
It don't matter. We know that.
Shh. But he takes care of freaking he's sacrificed himself several times over to get stuff done. But that also leaves an open door that he can change. Everybody has been a couple different lanterns at some point in time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no point to say that freaking someone who embodied one particular lantern right cannot be corrupted or changed later on down the line.
He gave us Onslaught. I'll never forgive him for that.
So for all intents and purposes, it's theirs to have him as Indigo and freaking, you can have, whoever else running around. So
All right. So from my guy, I will have to say Wally West. I think out of all the Flashes, he is the most compassionate of them all. I know people love Barry Allen because he was the first, but to me, Wally West is the best Flash. He's already the fastest Flash. And I think his character is just more grounded than Barry. And I think he would be great in Indigo. Now,
On to the
let's
next one.
let's go to Star Sapphires, which is based in love. Their oath goes for hearts long lost and full of fright, for those alone in blackest night. Accept our ring and join our flight. Love conquers all with violet light.
Mhm.
Their entity is known as the Predator. It's like a big squiggly looking thing. I don't know why it's called the Predator. Their current and probably most notable member is Carol Ferris. Wonder Woman was a Star Sapphire in Blackest Night. I mean, it's been a couple others, but none that are really that predominant. So, with that being said, Brent, your anime character who is full of love.
The character that is full of love is
Can't say it
Brock
like I said. Say it like your own way.
from Pokemon.
I thought you were gonna say
He
Brock,
was
you're my little short friend.
oh, our little short friend knows him, and he knows the character Dr. Love on Living with Humor, but that's a whole nother story. Brock from Pokemon loved everybody. You pretty lady in Pokemon, Brock gonna love you.
That wasn't the professor, right?
No, that was
He
Professor Oak.
he should have
Brock was
been.
the dude who's basically blind out there with no
Okay.
eyes, just Absolutely. Nurse Joy and
I'd have put
the
Professor Oak. I'd have put Professor Oak because he sent you. He sent Ash away so he could get with his mom. He did. I said
and that's the tragic story. I found a lot of 12-year-olds died in the Pokemon world. Get out of here! I need your mama.
Sorry, tangent. Will save us from this tangent.
All right, so Star Sapphires had a problem. So this one revolves around love, right?
Yes.
So the parameters of the love is what freaking kind of throws me off because it's just love period or love then lost. Like
It's more love and loss because Carol was, of course, we all know dating Hal at the time, and things happened between them. And just say love, man. Just come on.
I mean, honestly, freaking.
If you don't have somebody, just say you don't have somebody. We understand.
No,
We don't
I
ever
want to
prepare.
go with. I want to go with Rogue and stuff like that. Freaking, she over the course of her lifetime, she has loved and lost several times.
Yep.
And it's been caused by so many different things. So she's just a powerhouse to fit into that category, and she would just do damage. So I go with Rogue.
I can see that. Now for mine, again, we pulling one out of my back pocket and slamming it down on the table like the winning hand in spades. Lois Lane. Can we argue against Lois at all as a Star Sapphire? No.
I mean, the Joker might punch a hole in your theory.
I mean, considering Superman punched a hole in the Joker, if she had a Star Sapphire ring, it wouldn't happen, player. Now, let's stop Brent before he gets me all triggered and shit. We're gonna go to the newest core, which I don't have a ring for, Ultraviolet, which is hidden negative emotions. And their oath is by shield of day and shield of night, we feed and grow beyond all sight. Your darkest self shall be our night. Wield the sword of unseen light. Their entity is Umbrax. Their current member is John Stewart. He is not a willing member. The Ultraviolet core is kind of like they take you against your will, kind of like another lantern on this list that we'll talk about later. And so, I mean, pretty much that's it. It's the newest Lantern Corps that is really unseen in the DC universe. They weren't even in Blackest Night. So, with that being said, Brent, hit us with the anime.
As far as anime characters with all of the negative emotions, I went back to Naruto and picked up his best friend, Sasuke, who's literally spent his entire life fueled by revenge, desire to destroy everyone and everything around him. And I don't think he ever said anything positive about anybody. He stabbed all his friends in the back. He would have stabbed all his family in the back if he could. Like, the dude was just negative all the way through.
I really thought Vegeta was gonna make an appearance here.
Vegeta,
I really
got
did.
turned around because of his family and his love for his family, and we all saw no one touches my Bulma. Someone touches Bulma, you saw what happened.
I've said that many times, but in other contents.
Yeah.
Will.
Well, this is the one I was trying to figure out for this one, and this is how I ended up getting Professor X, but Magneto is what came to mind initially. He's got a bunch of negative emotions towards a lot of stuff, but again, I don't know jack about Ultraviolet, and I was not prepared for any of this. Like, I couldn't even think of anything off the top of my head. Like, it's gonna take me a couple days to ramble through and see who what. But off the top of my head, again, Magneto, just because of how he spurns the human race, and he's got so many negative emotions towards them, as well as Xavier and all his mutants and what goes on there. So it's just, yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna learn to start doing your homework.
That was like a bunt. Like, I'm probably not gonna make it the first on that one.
I just want everybody to know that whenever you hear Will say, he ain't prepared.
Nope. Not prepared at all, and I don't give two fucks.
All right, shut up. So let's go on to mine, and I think he fits in perfectly. Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. I think.
That's a
I mean,
that's
I think
easy.
that's a home run. Brent, tell your wife to
That's-
stop and pay attention to us. No more them picks. None of that. I said Eobard Thawne. I need your reaction.
Yeah, that's about as nail on the head as you're gonna get.
Now,
Reverse Flash, come on.
I mean, he regularly runs off the negative speed force. So, all right, let's go into two of the most powerful forces.
that I have no idea about.
Let's talk. We know this. Let's talk about the Black Lanterns, on which the story Blackest Night was literally about. They are the embodiment of death. For those who don't understand, if you are dead, you can be a Black Lantern. If you have died in the past, you can be a Black Lantern. They can take you over. So their oath goes: the blackest falls from the skies, the darkness grows, and all light dies. We crave your hearts and your demise. By my black hand, the dead shall rise. That is pretty much it in a nutshell. The entity is Necron. We actually saw him in Blackest Night. Their current member, who was the first Black Lantern, was Black Hand, William Hand.
Mhm.
A little history on him. He was a child. He was picked on. In order for him to be a Black Lantern, he killed his entire family and then killed himself. And then Necron rose him to be the first Black Lantern. The way you become a Black Lantern is if you fight a Black Lantern and you die in that battle, they take your heart out of you. When you die, you instantly become a Black Lantern. So Superman has become a Black Lantern. Wonder Woman in Blackest Night was a Black Lantern until the Star Sapphire ring broke the control over her, because she was wrecking shop in anybody. Even this, and I'm gonna tell you how powerful these lantern rings are. The Spectre became a Black Lantern. That's how powerful. So if you know how powerful the Spectre is, for something to take him over,
Pulling
that
straight off of the top rope.
and this was the Hal Jordan Spectre.
Hmm.
So the notable members is pretty much everybody in the DC universe who has died or is dead. Villains, anybody. The entire core was made up of all of them. So I clearly can't name everybody. So with that being said, Brent, give me your anime.
As far as DC characters who've died, wouldn't that mean Amber Heard is now a Black Lantern?
Shenanigans that I approve of. Yes.
Anyway, bringing this train right back on track. Akira from Death Note would absolutely fit as a Black Lantern.
Yep.
Seen Death Note, you just know.
Yeah. All right, Will, what we got for Marvel?
I'm going to go with Black Panther.
Oh,
Okay.
Black Panther became, the king of kings, freaking, and the king of the dead, freaking the city of Necropolis, where all the past Black Panthers have lain, and he gains all of their strength, all of their knowledge, all their abilities and stuff. So having that at his disposal, so that in addition to this, like that would be just nasty. So
Okay.
yeah.
Now for mine, I'm telling you now, I was going to cheat and I was going to use one of my favorite DC characters in Eclipso, since they have dusted the mothballs out of him now and brought him into a major storyline that we all should be reading. But he is on that level of Spectre, since he was the right hand of God before the Spectre. So I figured I didn't want to hear y'all mouths about it. So I did a swerve and I chose
You hit a
Lobo.
wall? Ah, okay.
Lobo.
Yeah, Lobo.
Attaboy.
Okay.
Lobo
One of
again.
my favorite DC characters.
You're not going to stump me on this, Will. I'm sorry. I know
No,
too much about the
I can't argue with it. I can't. Like, I love Lobo.
So I think we can, just imagine Lobo riding around with a black ring of death, just fucking up shit. So,
He just be fighting
Uh,
Darkseid for no reason.
for no
Yeah,
reason.
shenanigans.
Well, he does that. He does
Shenanigans.
that anyway. He fights
Yeah, but now
Darkseid.
he'd be powered up enough to where it could be an interesting
No, he
contest.
can beat. People don't understand. Lobo, if you had Lobo and the avatar of Darkseid, because nobody can beat true Darkseid. He's on the source wall power level. Nobody can beat him. But if you're talking about an avatar, the one that always beat Body and Superman, Lobo can't beat him. Lobo ain't a pushover.
I got him on a tangent. Got him.
Yes, you did. You did it. I don't even care though. So let's end this with the epitome of all the lanterns, which is the White Lantern, which is the embodiment of life. And their oath is, in brightest day there will be light to cleanse the soul and set wrongs right. When the darkness comes, look to the sky, a new dawn comes. There will be light. Their entity is basically the entity. That's all it is. He has no cute little name. He ain't a predator. He is the entity. He is life itself. Um, their current member, they really don't have a current White Lantern right now because he only comes into existence when he's needed. But Kyle Rayner was White Lantern for a while. Sinestro was the White Lantern in Blackest Night. But you've also had Swamp Thing. Um, if we really want, you really can't name all of the members because all of the heroes that were dead or had died in Blackest Night got a White Lantern ring, and that's how they were brought back into stories. So Aquaman, Superman got his White Lantern back. He got his ring back. Zatanna came back. So all of the dead, like Martian Manhunter came back. All the dead superheroes instantly became a White Lantern. When Kyle Rayner popped up on the screen on the page and did this, White Lantern shot out and took all the heroes back. So that's the core of the White Lanterns. With that being said, Brent, hit us with that anime.
What Lantern Corps has Sinestro like not been in?
Red. And
Okay.
Red, yeah.
Red.
You got to understand this. Sinestro in Blackest Night was one of the prominent members because this story made all the Corps fight as one. They fought as one solid unit. It wasn't yellow versus green. It was us versus black. It was all of them. They all had to fight together.
All right. Anyway, now that I've got us off on another tangent, as far as White Lantern, personification of life, and for me, white symbolized someone who was just optimistic beyond all reason, tried to avenge all wrongs, tried to turn everything right. Julius, Nova Chrono, Black Clover, the dude was trying to rectify eras and eras of sins in his kingdom and always do right by everybody and hoping for a better and brighter future. And you only got to see him show what he was capable of a few times, but when he did, you were like, yo, this dude's got some hands. Julius
Okay.
Nova Chrono, Black Clover.
Will?
White Lantern. I'm going to go with Darwin.
Oh, okay.
Darwin, I think, he's the epitome of life. Like he will find a way to survive, and I think that's what something that the White Lantern Corps embodies is like it's going to survive and make sure things go the way that they need to go. So Darwin's my pick.
Okay. So with that being said, we're going to end this because I don't have one for White Lantern. Just because everybody has been one.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody to pick from. And I'm serious. If I had to pick somebody, I would pick Swamp Thing. Even though he's been one, I would pick him since he is the green, he is the embodiment of life on Earth. He would be my pick. But again, he's been a White Lantern before. Everybody has been a White Lantern that has died. So it's kind of rough to pick somebody who has not been a White Lantern. But with that being said, I think we're done. Oh, wait. I have an idea. Brent, what Lantern Corps do you think Will would go in?
As far as it, as far as Lantern Corps for Will, come on, it's in the name. Will Power. He will be a Green Lantern because through sheer willpower, he's able to make both of us who suck at paying attention stay focused and make this video less than an hour.
I have to disagree.
I gotta give him Green Lantern willpower.
No, if Will had willpower,
you asked me a question, you can't veto a question you already asked
okay.
me. That's not how this works.
If Will had willpower, he would do his homework. Will, what about Brent? Put him in a category. Something with seasoning.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, Brent would. Brent would probably fall towards red. I'm sorry, like I really think he would.
I get pissed off hella easily.
Yeah,
I get really.
If you don't do what you're supposed to do, or like freaking, I feel the twitch in Brent, like even through text messages, like, it's like so, like
that obvious, huh?
he would go. Oh, so
wait a minute. Let me read a text. Let me read a text. Damn it, Tony!
It's a problem. So yeah, Brent's in red.
I'm definitely a red lantern. I get that.
Anybody want to place me? I don't care.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because if I place myself,
where's the one for not paying attention, playing too much Tiny Tina? Where we at?
First, you gonna place yourself in compassion?
I'm in compassion because I'm compassionate to all people. Yes.
No.
Why? Okay, whatever.
I let you be in compassion with a, I wouldn't be surprised if Ultraviolet takes you from time to time, especially somebody walks in your office coughing. Man,
let me tell you about that BS.
Don't you dare do this on air.
So anyway,
man,
so yeah, that's where with Tony. So yeah, we'll run with it. I'm gonna get a Green Lantern shirt, run around with it. So,
see, I was nice. Everyone else was mean.
You also lied.
So yeah, so we'll leave it there. We're gonna cut it there. So look, put it down in the comments. What freaking I want to hear from everybody. What Lantern Corps do you think you would be in? Where would you place some of the other people? Like, what are your picks? What do you got going on? So let us know in the comments. We'll take a look at some of these and stuff like that, and we'll definitely respond to them and see, if we can agree to disagree with some things. But again, I know we
can agree on Iron Man sucks. Holla. See, got it in that time.
Yeah, you still suck.